Greetings, viewers. Today I'm going to show you some upgrades that I will be performing on this machine, which is my wireless bridge. You can see I've already removed the wireless cards because I will be removing this motherboard. I'll turn this fan off so we don't get too much wind noise infiltration. But I'm going to remove this motherboard because I have plans for this board for another system. I'm going to pull it out, and I'm also going to have to pull out this power supply because this power supply only has a 4-pin, what they call a P4 power connector, and I need the EPS 12 volt connector, which is 8 pins. You can get away without using all 8 pins, but I'd rather have all 8 pins, and eventually this computer will be getting a new power supply anyway, so I'm going to just remove all this stuff and we'll call it good. Might as well do it right. Looks extremely bare without a power supply in the motherboard, doesn't it? Just installed the I/O shield, which is always the worst part of doing this. Can you guess what motherboard it's going to be just by seeing that I/O shield? No cheating. And here we are. We have a new system installed and running. Yes, it is Asus. I think the date and time is wrong. I hope Windows will set that up itself, assuming Windows will even run. It's probably going to freak out all the hardware changes, but it's quite the upgrade. You can see it's got a Core i5-3570, 4 gigs of RAM for right now. That's what it has. The plan is maybe to eventually, I don't know if you'll be able to read that or not, even with the laser link thing turned on. But anyway, the plan is to eventually up it to 8 gigs when I get 64-bit Windows, because it's only running 32-bit right now. I installed this big beefy video card. This is my Quadro FX 4600. I'm only as an experiment, just to see what it can do, and to give it something to do. I do plan in the winter months, when it's quite a bit colder in here than it is in the summer, to run stuff like maybe folding, or I've usually run distributed net on these machines, but right now I want to see if Windows is going to start. So we're going to just exit setup and see what happens. Windows 8.1 and Windows 10 are usually better at this. Than previous versions of Windows. Let's see here, it is getting devices ready, so that is a good sign. So I guess once it's done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put it straight back into the rack where it was, and just get it set up from there. Assuming the wireless is going to work and everything like that. There's the machine. Now, here comes the fun part. Because I had a saved session in VirtualBox, and I'm kind of curious if that's going to actually work. I really, really, really highly doubt it. Just to make sure that all of the network interfaces are set up correctly, if I can. Yeah, they look fine. Probably ought to connect this like it's supposed to be connected, which will probably boot out my existing network. I don't know what is so meta about having 2 wireless cards in a system. Apparently it doesn't seem to like that. Let's see what this virtual machine does when I do this. If it'll even start at all. Because it might not. Yeah, it didn't like that. Non-existent host networking interface. Really now, because that is the... That. Okay. We'll try that then. Maybe I'll have to just discard it. Maybe it just won't even start. Okay. It's still running. I don't know how. I mean, it's still running with the old CPU type. Okay, that's weird. Let's try closing this task manager and reopening it. And we'll see what it has to say then. Oh, still Core 2 Duo. I think we got a mismatch in what's actually going on here. Yeah, it's kicked out one of my Wi-Fi connections again for no reason. For whatever reason, I guess having both of them connected is too difficult for it to do. What I want to do is I want to have the USB in the VM, but it won't let me do that. For whatever reason, it just doesn't work. The device cannot start or whatever. So, okay, I'm going to just reboot this VM, and I think that's probably going to be it for that. I'm not even going to show that on video. I think this is pretty well done, so... Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. Hope to see you next time. Till then.